Okay, so technology has been a very important role in all of our lives and in history as well. So, according to PewResearch.com, in the year of 2002, 45% of over 16 countries of the world, uh, there were cell phone users that went up to 81% in 2010 and continued to rise consistently. So, today we have been a very important role in like the evolution of technology, and one thing that we are always part of this because us as the users and us as the people that get to use the technology, we give feedback to the group. So myself as a computer science major, I also use a lot of technology and also have to keep learning how technology evolves constantly, and that's why I was able to make this research. So today I'll be talking about the history of computers and some of our first computer programmer. I will also like to talk about how technology is everywhere now, how we all have access to it, and finally I would like to discuss how technology keeps advancing. So let's go back to the mid 1800s, where we will find gifted mathematician Ada Lovelace, and another great mathematician and father of the first computer, Charles Babbage. So Ada Lovelace, she is considered one of the first programmers, just because of her logical way of thinking. What she did was that she showed a great gift for mathematics at an early age, and at the age of 17 met Charles Babbage, which he created the difference engine. And the difference engine, the intentions of the difference engine was to calculate functions of mathematics using computer-like code. At the time, it was only numbers. So they will like put in a paper there. They will like pull the crank down, and then the machine will like work its magic. So the reason that biography.com and many of the researchers that have studied Ada Lovelace's story classify her under as the first programmer, just because she was asked by Babbage to translate the machine's pattern from French to English, and apart from just doing that, she also put her own notes, and the notes ended up being more papers than the actual machine's functionality. And there she explained what we know now as loops, recursive methods, and all these other functions that give us today the computer. So now that we have talked a little bit about the history of how a computer came to be and one of our first programmers, I would like to talk about how we have technology everywhere. So technology is all around us, and we see it everywhere. We see it here in the classroom, we see it in the streets, we see it in the supermarket, we see it anywhere that we go. So today I would like to focus more down on the computers, cell phones, and we have also gaming consoles, because that's another very important advancement in technology. So computers came from something that you saw here, a big machine, to a smaller laptop, MacBooks, even iPads, and they continue to get better. Same applies to the cell phones. So when the first phone came out, big brick ones, and then they reduced them down to the Nokia 5110, where everybody fell in love with that because it was indestructible, it was tiny, and it had the game called Snake, if anyone could remember. And now we have these almost glass-like phones, and they break now, but they're smarter now. We call them smartphones, and as well as video game consoles. So now not only do we play that we have like our first console, like we said, the Pong game, and now we have games online, and we get to play, competitive online, and play in a better, graphics, with better graphics and better sound quality and everything. Now that I talked a little bit about how technology is all around us, I would like to talk about how technology continues to advance. So technology doesn't stand still. Technology is always upgraded. So for example, computers, we either have Macs, iOS, using iOS, Microsoft Linux, Ubuntu, all those operating systems, even in our phones, Android, and they're always updated constantly, and they constantly keep changing on the functionalities. Like now, phones replace mostly everything we want to use. We use our phone for cameras, we use our phone for we use our phone for video games, and different stuff like that, also for maps and stuff. So now that, and like a quote from Baggett from the Economic Press, he said in 1998 the Nokia 5110 came out, and he described it how it was a major milestone change for the phones, because it brought us to what we see now, the smaller versions of phones. But we're kind of changing that with the Galaxies. They're getting huge as they go. They're almost getting to tablet size, and but as they keep going, technology keeps getting better. And as you can see here now, the gaming experience keeps getting better as well, using the Oculus Rift. So virtual reality will be, accessible soon. It's gonna be a bit expensive, but it's gonna be an awesome experience, so you get to dive into the game. So now that I talked about more about how it continues to advance, we can start wrapping things up. I laid out the history of technology. Then I started to talk about some of the technology around us and and finally talked about how technology keeps getting better. And then, so now I want to let you, with these pictures here, so let your imagination run free, because you never know when you're gonna take one crazy idea, as they quoted themselves when Sergey Brin and Larry Page created Google. The first server was made out of Legos, and that's why you see them, they're playing with Legos, because they said imagination is key to creating an idea. So without imagination, there's no idea, and without the idea, there's no product. And you never know when you're gonna take some crazy idea and turn it into a crazy reality. Thank you.